Hi, my name is Mark Polton. I'm a buy and hold real estate investor in the greater Charlotte, North Carolina area. I was just finishing up listening to a interview at the Red Pill Expo or something like that. That a couple people that I've never heard of, but I'm going to take a look at. We're interviewing Robert Kyosaki, and Robert Kyosaki said something that I thought was pretty profound. And he said that most people aren't rich because they want to be comfortable. And not just comfortable with their lifestyle or their what I would perceive as their routine, but comfortable with their ideas. And I started thinking about that over lunch today. It's Mother's Day, so I had to spend some time with the wife and her mom. And I was thinking about, and basically what Robert's trying to get at is, he's at the Red Pill Expo to be exposed to different ideas. Says he's not comfortable with a lot of the ideas there, but he's there to be exposed to new ideas. And looking back on my life and my journey and the things that I've learned is that most people aren't out there looking for new ideas. They're very comfortable with what they think, they're very comfortable with their routine, and they're very comfortable with their beliefs. Rich people aren't that way. Financially educated, well-off people are always looking for, well, what am I doing wrong? What are other people doing? What ideas have I not thought of yet? Or what ideas do other people have that may seem radical to the average person, but aren't really all that radical? So I found that very interesting. One of my mentors, Bob Proctor, said that, most people stay in abusive relationships or miserable relationships or, unhappy marriages because they're comfortable and they're very terrified of changing. They're actually more scared of changing than they are of, suffering the abuse or, dealing with the misery or the unhappiness. And because they're more afraid of change than these other things, they don't change, they stay in it. And it takes something pretty extraordinary for somebody to change. I've given some examples in some previous videos of somebody my wife works with, love her to death, her and her husband. They're going through bankruptcy, at least I think they still are. And, my wife has started an Airbnb in my very first rental home, and it's a pain in the butt to furnish a 2-story home that's, 2,200 square feet. But she had suggested to this friend that, hey, why don't you Airbnb out your basement? It's a nice house. It's 3 stories. They don't need it. It's just them and their daughter. It's already furnished. Probably wouldn't need a whole lot to get it going. And of course, very excited. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. So my wife sends her some links and some articles and stuff like that. Never read them. Never did it. Oh yeah, hey, I like that. I'm going to get to it. It's never going to happen. That's because she's very comfortable where she is. Apparently, and I don't know this is all secondhand hearsay, but apparently they spend a lot of money on food. They're going through bankruptcy and they cook all the time and they spend a lot of money on food, organic food, Earth Fare, and, all this, just a lot of things that to me would be a luxury. If I'm going through bankruptcy, I need to stop hemorrhaging debt and start to, get that under control. And I just, whether that's eating beans and rice like a Dave Ramsey thing or not, I don't know what the solution is, but it certainly isn't going to Earth Bear and buying, organic chicken for $12 a pound. So I suspect, and I don't know this for a fact, but I've talked to a lot of people and, a lot of just regular, down to earth people. And typically people don't change because they're comfortable. They don't, the idea of being rich is nice, and the idea of being successful is one of those things that's like, hey, it's cool. It's kind of like the idea of being in shape. Most people aren't going to get in shape. They like the idea of it. They get excited about something they'd like to do, but they're just never going to do it. So I'm going to link the video in the description below. I found it interesting and stimulating, and it was interesting that Robert Kyosaki said that most people don't know the definition of intrinsic value, and I was like, crap, I don't know the definition of intrinsic value either. So I had to look it up. Now I kind of do. I think there's a little bit more to it than just the textbook definition, at least in the way that Robert Kyosaki was using it. So I don't know. I obviously have some more learning to do. Always enjoy his videos because he's very frank, he's very forward, and he doesn't beat around the bush, which is kind of what I need. I don't need someone to sit there and give me a 30-minute sales pitch when in one paragraph they could tell me what I need to know. Anyways, I hope you go out there and live the You Won't Stop Me lifestyle. It's all about three things: knowledge, wisdom, and experience. And once you have these three things, doesn't matter what life throws at you, you can actually lose everything and get it all back, because this isn't that hard to do once you figure out how to do it. Anyways, I wish you success.